What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. So let's start it off with this doozy of a tattoo TikTok. One of the worst I've seen. A bunch of you guys sent me this stuff, and man, like, what is this? Drives me absolutely crazy when I see stuff like this. I just go like, why? One, what kind of weirdo would want to tattoo their tattoo name across someone's leg? But then who's the weirdo that wants it? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like the person who wants it, like they probably just want it for Instagram clout or whatever. But man, the dude tattooing that shit on people, I don't know, a weird narcissistic turd. And he's probably doing it just under like this like umbrella of like, this is my art. And I'm like, it might be, but man, is it a dumb art. This weird kind of performance art that is just so weird and has no place in tattooing. And it's weird because tattooing is inherently already a performance art to begin with. But to do it like in this nonchalant Instagram kind of way drives me absolutely crazy. That's all I gotta say about that one. Okay, Luke Ashley. Okay, so we got some biomech feet things. If there's anyone who could pull this off, it's Luke Ashley. He's an expert when it comes to palms, so if anyone is gonna make a bottom of the foot look good, it's him. Do I like the design? I'm not a huge biomech person, a lot of you guys know that. And this isn't particularly my favorite biomech I've ever seen, but it's what you'd expect. It looks like biomech. Is this tattoo gonna stay? Now, like I said, if anyone could do it, it's Luke Ashley. And you see that he did stippling for almost all the color, which is just the only way I see this tattoo looking good long-term is by stippling it. But even then, I don't know. I'm gonna give this thing like a 75% chance of looking like it's actually in the skin in a year. Some of it is gonna stay for sure. Some of it's gonna fall out for sure. And maybe he might even have to retouch it. But yeah, I'm always like, why'd you guys do it? I don't know, but crazy. Gotta be one of the most painful things to do ever. I'm not in any rush to get the bottom of my foot tattooed ever. Probably never gonna do it. But yeah, interesting. Especially putting color into the bottom of the foot. Just a crazy idea. I'd like to see it finished. On to the next. Okay, I've been on a mission lately, guys, to talk about some good stuff in tattooing. And whenever I see Austin Mabel's bodysuit, front torso, back pieces things, I'm always like, that's fucking amazing, rad tattooing. Right in front of your face. There's no bullshit. There's no nothing. Just straight up great tattooing. I will say I really like how the eagle turns into flames, and then he also incorporated that a little bit in the snake. And one thing when you look at Austin Maples' tattoos, they're just so black. Like he's not afraid to make things black as fuck. Kind of similar to Hell X Hunter from Australia, where they're just smashing a tattoo in black, almost doing like a tribal traditional version of a tattoo. Super cool, super interesting, but also like a lot of confidence is needed when you're gonna do a tattoo like that. But yeah, just a banger tattoo. Easy, on to the next. Okay, so I thought there was something here to talk about, but let's watch it first. Let's take in this video.
I'm Oscar Kermo, and this is what a session with me looks like. My dear client Jed is here today to get a tattoo on his back. He has a great collection from legends like Mr. K and Chris Garver.
That Chris Garver tattoo, super cool. I mean, his whole, all of the tattoos he has, they're cool, they're fine, they're whatever. I'm not that interested in them, except for this Chris Garver one, which I'm like, woo! Chris Garver's the man. Let's keep going.
He wants a tattoo inspired by some of his favorite poetry. After a good discussion, we decided to tell the story through two birds of prey dancing with each other in midair, bound together by a geometric centerpiece, and his favorite quote stretched across his upper back.
Okay, so I remember why I wanted to pick this video. There's nothing wrong with Oscar Kermo. He's a great tattooer. You're gonna see the final product. But when I watched this video, nothing wrong with it, except for the fact that if this is the process of getting tattooed by like a fine line thing, just count me out, dude. I don't want to be a part of this type of tattooing. I don't. It just like does not appeal to me at all. And I'm glad that like someone's out there doing it, and that, you know, they deserve all the credit because like they're putting in hard work to like piece together this like beautiful thing, and they put like geometric, and they really sat and talked with their client. They fucking really came. It seems exhausting.
This piece will be bold yet understated, leaving lots of breathing room while still sitting very distinctly on his back. Exactly how I like it.
Yeah, just like beautiful, excellent tattooing. And at the same time, as a tattooer, I've never been more bored. I know, like, it's how I feel. Again, absolutely no discrediting how amazing and talented the tattoo is. I'm just talking about like the process and how I would not want to do that job if this is how you had a tattoo. Like, there's a feeling I get when I watch videos like this that are so sterile and so just like, they're in this beautiful space, and you know that there's like in the middle of a city, and they're just like, it doesn't feel like tattooing to me. That's how I feel. Like, I just feel like they're part of like a different world, which is fine. Like, I'm not gonna be a part of it. It's not a big deal. But I'm just commenting on how, as a tattooer, I feel so disconnected from this type of tattooing, and it makes me want to fall asleep. And I think this guy is actually one of the more amazing qualified tattooers to do this style, but you just see like thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking tattooers who do the same exact bullshit, boring ass fucking style. And it's so popular among like the rich and famous that it almost feels soulless. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Maybe you don't, but that's how I feel when I look at it. I just like lack of anything actually there. But again, Oscar Akermo, a beautiful, amazing tattooer. No comments on him, more just the style and the way that it's tattooed in this whole like, you know, New York City crap. On to the next.
I don't trust a shop that doesn't smell like dead oil in some way. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's, you know, and people.
Okay, I did not know I stacked these two here, but it's funny because when I watch this clip, I have the exact opposite reaction, and it makes my like, you know, heart kind of like fill up with like excitement. And let's watch this. Let's bunch of old fucking farts talking about some fucking tattoo shit.
I don't trust a shop that doesn't smell like dead oil in some way. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's you know, and people come in and they go, oh, yeah, it must be clean.
Yeah, the assumption of sterility.
Yeah.
It's a smell that like, when I walked into a tattoo for the first time, it hits you. It's like part of you. And that like almost becomes like, I don't know, I can't even smell it anymore unless I walk into a place like fresh and they just like, they just open, they just clean the shop, and that's like the smell you get. But yeah, like this clip just feels different to me when I watch it in comparison to the last one where I just like have there's no feeling other than like, eh. And this, they're saying nothing. There's nothing here to say. They're saying they like the smell of green soap. But the way they're talking about it and like the shop vibe and the bullshittiness about it is fucking so cool. And that's kind of what I want you guys to get from my videos. I've thought about this a lot. I want it to feel like you guys are in the back room of a fucking old tattoo shop and you're talking to people about tattoos. And this is generally what they feel like. That's what I try and give with the video, which is how I feel when I watch this video right here. But yeah, on to the next. Life. Live it fully every day. You know what, dude? I just threw this in here because sometimes that's the message you just gotta run with, dude. Live it fully every day. Fuck, that's an ugly tattoo. Just awful. But hey, live fully every day. And one day he'll have to get that covered up, and that will be a new fun experience for him. What's going on, guys? We just broke 30,000 subscribers. Every single time you like a video or you subscribe to the channel, it helps us grow this community and get more people educated on what makes a great tattoo. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. On to the next. Woo! That is a face tattoo. Yeah. She's definitely representing where she's from. I believe Baldwin Park. I see San Gabriel Valley, so it might be. That is fucking wild. I always trip about the tattooer who has to do this type of stuff. Like, I know he probably has a bunch of face tattoos too, and he's probably from the same area, so hey, whatever, he's just gonna like do it. But man, that is a crazy thing to tattoo on someone. And she's just there like rock solid, just getting it, no problem. Wild choices, dude. But you only live once. And unfortunately, you live in that kind of lifestyle, it's gonna be a short go. Woo! On to the next.
You recording? Yeah. Let's talk about tattooers giving discounts. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that giving discounts, especially in the slow season, I get it. But I think that there's a way to do it. Now think about it like this. Take John here, for example. I've been tattooing him for a long time. I've been tattooing him like his whole leg, arm, everything. If he sees that I'm giving a discount, but he pays his regular rate, now all of a sudden someone I've never tattooed before gets hooked up, it doesn't balance out. It actually creates problems for future clientele because there's...
Okay, so first off, never post that you're giving out discounts. I don't think I've seen it in a long time. I've seen it occasionally, but absolutely never post that. It's pretty weird to do. I mean, maybe I'm just not in a community, maybe traditional tatters don't usually do that, but yeah, don't ever post that, that's crazy.
Because they're just gonna either wait for that discount or gonna say, nah, this guy's too inconsistent. So before you post about doing discounts, consider what your existing clients are thinking. Some of them I feel like they're getting taken advantage of. So be careful when you're posting about discounts. You wanna hook someone up for something you wanna do, just keep between you and that client. Write that down.
I'm not gonna write it down, but I get what he's saying. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you should be really cautious, if you're a tattooer, be really cautious about what you're presenting on Instagram, especially when it comes to price. I've said in the past, like, if you gotta make ends meet, make ends meet. Do whatever you gotta do to make tattoos. If someone's like, hey, that's too expensive for me, and you got like, well, what would work for you? You know, figure out and finagle a price that way. Hey, if you're a tattooer and you gotta do that, no problem. But yeah, posting that you're giving out discounts, just don't do that. Silly stuff. Silly stuff. On to the next. Okay, just two friends following different paths. I know. It's like, it's it's super cute. It's adorables. But I can't help but hate it. I just hate it. There's nothing to it. I hate it. I don't know why. I guess, you know what? There's a couple of reasons why I don't like it. One, you and your friend never gonna stand in that position fucking ever. Two, those lines aren't interesting and they're just kind of weird. And three, there ain't no three. I can't think of a third, but I just hate the damn thing. It is cute though. Like, I know what they're going for when they do stuff like this. Like, you know, you and your friend, you guys love each other. You want to feel connected. You want to feel like, oh, we got such love for each other. That's great. And then everyone gets like all hung up on trying to be creative and they think of like two different lines to show that we're on two different paths. It's cute, it's fine, it's not a big deal. It's still like goofy. And honestly, if you wanted this tattooed in my shop, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do some dumb lines on you. But when you post it on the Instagram like this, I just can't help but comment on it and feel like, tattooing's dorky as fuck these days. But hey, on to the next. Okay, now this ain't dorky, but it's just fucking wild. When I look at this, I'm like, I don't know what to think. What do you guys think? Like, he's just got a blacked out face, essentially. Like, I know that there's like a lot of intricate things happening here, but you can't see that. There's no fucking way when this guy walks by, you actually see that. I don't know, there's something that will always strike me as weird when like these people have like their face completely done and the rest of their body has so much room. I mean, he's got plenty of tats, but God, it just looks strange with his like head completely tattooed and the rest of the body needing a lot of work. All of this like intricate stuff, like along the bridge, the nose, all this stuff, it just looks, I think it's just supposed to look like organic, fleshy stuff, but I don't know, I don't see it. I just see a lot of etchy lines, which if they were just doing lines, like that's fine too. Yeah, these body mod dudes. Every single time I watch something like this, I'm like, ugh, I don't feel any connection to these people. Like, I feel like they're participating in a different sport. Yeah, on to the next. Okay, this is a reel by someone. It's glitter. I actually don't really have any comments on her tattoos. They're fine, they're great, they're cool, they're whatever. What is interesting to me is the building. The building and the tattoo shop itself, this gets me hard. Like when I see a tattoo shop that's this well done, fuck, I get excited. First off, anytime I see a tattoo shop that is standing alone, like it's a standalone shop, it does something for me. I don't know why. I guess because in California, it's so rare to see a building like this, and it's much more of like a Midwest type of thing, or like just open, sparse areas. But whenever I see a standalone shop, I get fucking excited. And then when I see they painted the whole thing, it gets me stoked. It gets me excited. And I know you're probably at home being like, what is the fucking big deal? It's just a building and it says tattoos all over. Bro, this is the stuff that like, even talking about it, my heart's racing. Like I get so excited looking at this shop and I want to walk in it. That's all. I want to walk in it. They have a super cool aesthetic wrapping around the entire shop. The inside of the shop, also looking at this reel, looks amazing and cool, especially that ceiling that's like right above her head. Like that ceiling looks so cool and so, I don't know, just so fucking rad. But man, the outside of this building, this is in the weeds. Only the real people would understand, the people who are here. And you guys, this is like something that when I look at, it just makes me happy. I just get excited. I love it. There ain't nothing here. Sometimes doing this job, talking about dumb TikToks, gets a little exhausting. Being like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. And then every once in a while, I see this and I go, I have the best job in the world. I gotta watch tattoo TikToks and comment on this shit. So fucking cool. Thank you, It's Glitter, for posting it. Also very nice tattoos. You know, good tattoos. Just don't care in comparison to the fucking tattoo shop. On to the next. POV, you're a tattoo artist, so people feel comfortable confessing random things to you.
You know, my favorite type of weed was cocaine.
Yeah, being a tattooer, people tell you all sorts of shit that I honestly wish they'd keep to themselves. You know, like I love you guys. I love my clients, but sometimes I do not need to know the nitty gritty of your life because most of the time it's stuff that I have to like keep in. And I'm like, bro, I really wish you didn't tell me you've been cheating on your wife because that sucks. Or, bro, I really wish you didn't tell me this fucking deep, dark secret. But hey, it's part of the job. You take the good with the bad. Sometimes you get funny ass stories out of people, but man, sometimes I'm like, don't tell me things, ever. On to the next. I just want to point out a few things. So when I look at this, the things that stand out most to me are how clean those grays look. Like they look very in the skin. The separation like between the black and the gray is very obvious, very clear, and it just looks so nice. Also, let's talk about some of these lighter colors that we see in the tattoo. There's like these light blues, these light grays, a little bit of white, a little bit of light yellow and pink, and it just like, it's so strong. And it makes me feel like this had to have been like a couple of sessions just to make it as clean as possible. And this client also had like the perfect skin. It's beautiful tattooing executed in a way that you don't see many tattooers capable of doing. The patience that this tattoo must have taken is crazy. Not just on the behalf of the tattooer, because obviously that takes a lot of patience to make something so nice, but also the patience of the client, because there were probably times that he went in just to get the clouds retouched or things like that, because that's what I think, what would be needed for a tattoo like this to look so clean. But just beautiful execution, beautiful design. And also I want to point out that like those flames stand out so much because they use these really muted colors everywhere else. Just a beautiful overall tattoo. Okay guys, I hope you learned something or didn't or whatever, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'll see you in a few days.